Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And happy Veterans Day. We just want to start up at the top by thanking our veterans. Those of you who have served, those of you who have sacrificed to keep us safe, to continue this dream of ours of America. You've made it possible. Excuse me. You've made it possible. And I know I am grateful, and I know I am not alone in that. And there are those, of course, who are still contributing every day in our country. Thank you. And those who have given the ultimate sacrifice as well. Bless you, bless your families. But I definitely want to specifically bring up our disabled veterans who I don't believe get enough support and appreciation. You are not forgotten. You are not taken for granted. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for what you have done. Thank you for what you have offered to keep this dream alive. So thank you, and bless you. Bless you, bless your loved ones, your friends, your family. May angels just pour wonderful, healing, loving energy into your life until it is overflowing. Thank you. Okay. So that's where we're starting today. Oh, thank you, Kathy Anderson. Thank you. Thank you. So, Don Gubb, I agree. What can you do to honor vets? Vote. Vote, vote, vote. Absolutely. Let me see if I can make this. Can I improve this or not? That's better. All right, we'll do that for a while. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the graphics and everything, and thank you. Pamela Bryant is saying, thank you to all who have and are serving our country. Please allow me to thank their families and loved ones as well. Absolutely. Holly and Francis saying today is Armistice Day. Today, Armistice Day is celebrated here in France. The meaning for the holiday is pretty much the same, although the focus is on the end of World War I. Okay, I know in the UK, it's poppy. They wear red poppies for the fallen, and that comes from World War I as well. A very, very famous poem. So, thank you, Kay Rubio. Well-being and health is saying to all veterans, thank you. Absolutely. Okay. So with that in mind, we are here to talk about politics, and also there was something very, very just ridiculous I found in the news I thought I would share with you. So we're going to be going from the sublime to the absolute ridiculous. We are changing gear about as far as you can change it. Okay. All right, are we ready to change gears? Because I don't mean any disrespect with changing gears, but we're going to do the silly. I'm going to tell you about this ridiculous thing, and then we're going to read on. Politicians. It's just kind of what we do. All right, let me. The links in the description box. But this is the upshot. there is a Catholic priest who has, a conservative Catholic priest, who has been kicked out because he has left the church for a erotic writer. Of course, the press is just going crazy with the different headlines and what have you. One of them being less Tinder, more Satan. It's like, what? So unbelievable. So, and she's divorced. So when Spanish Bishop Xavier Novell confessed to the Catholic Church hierarchy in Rome that he was madly in love with a divorced woman, officials told him he was possessed by Satan and ordered him to undergo an immediate exorcism to calm his troubled soul. Novel, 52, and a noted exorcist at his parish, flatly refused. After all, he had the devil in common with his younger paramour, an erotic novelist and psychologist he'd met at a demonology workshop. Links in description. This is a thing. I'm not making this up. So, he's Spanish. Actually, I take it back. He's from Catalonia. And he wants separation, but anyway. So he formally left the Catholic Church last month for strictly personal reasons. And yeah, the two met in 2015. So anyway, there's more details if you want to find out more. It's going to be in the description box for a little while. So it wouldn't be like thorn birds. It would be like, what, thorn demons? Thorn. I can't. Teresa Ford said, okay, so the universe is just trolling us now. I mean, they set this up to show us that we can't take anything seriously anymore. Yep. Linda McMurtry saying, as a Catholic, I think it's ridiculous to expect grown men to be chaste. Let them be like the rest of us. Let them marry, and not as they choose. Yeah. I was raised Catholic, so I feel like I can at least have an opinion on this. And my understanding is actually what the problem was is that much earlier in the church, they one of the reasons the main reasons they wanted the priests to be celibate was because the priests were starting to leave property and land and whatnot to their heirs. And that was a problem for the church. So, but anyway, less Tinder or Satan. And let me tell you, I don't believe in either. Okay. So let's get out let's get out the classic cards here. Yeah, it's all about the property. I agree, Electra Storm, but boy. All right. Let's get on to some readings here. It's quite overcast and windy in Chicago today. So the lighting's kind of coming and going. I don't have any kind of blind up. It's all just the lights I have here, and then whatever's coming through the window. So that's why the light's going lighter and darker. But here we are. All right, Let's read on some scumbags. Okay, I'm just not okay. It's just one of those days. All right, as good as that's going to get. Oh, there are leaves blowing around outside, and Boo Boo is just, you'll hear this tapping every once in a while. It's where he's there's a leaf blowing by, and he's trying to get it. So, anyway. Okay. Azalea says, I can see a tiny bit of window in the upper left of my monitor. Oh, this? It's actually a reflection. But yeah, that's reflecting windows in the hallway that are high up. It's interesting. Anyway. Okay, so at 11 minutes in, we're going to start with Marcus Flowers. Diane was asking, will Marcus Flowers win the Senate seats in Georgia against Marjorie Traitor Greene? Marcus Flowers. So I said, yes, that's why it was raining there. Yeah, it's very windy. You can see. Oh, I hadn't realized. Yeah, you can tell if it's windy or not. Nadigo is saying, yes, let's read on some scumbags. That's what we do. Keep an eye on these people. So, Marcus Flowers, any chance you're going to have success against Marjorie Traitor Greene? All right, guides, what do you think? What's the word up there? What's the word upstairs? Marcus Flowers. I'm going to do 3 from Marcus Flowers, 3 from Marjorie Traitor Greene. Marcus Flowers. Feels like that's what I should do. 3 for Marcus Flowers. And 3 for Marjorie Traitor Greene. Might have to change this if it, yeah, so I can see the cards. That's the other problem, because I'm using the I'm looking at the cards as you're seeing them, so I need to be able to see them. All right, Marcus Flowers, Marjorie Traitor Greene. That might be some voters coming to their senses, wanting some just peace. And with her not being on any committees and whatnot, she's not doing a lot for the people back home. She's not able to do much for the people back home. She's raising a lot of money, but how is that helping her constituents? We'll see. So, Marcus Flowers, are you going to win against Marjorie Traitor Greene? Well, he can tell that the Republicans, she's a little Page of Cups. That's someone just starting. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Republican, some of their stuff is a little on the edge anyway, but that is someone who's beginning a term in office. This is some kind of investigation. It doesn't feel like it's of him. I wonder if Traitor Greene is going to get herself, is going to be in a spot of bother. Marjorie Traitor Greene, are you going to win against Marcus Flowers to retain your seat? That is a thief card. That's where we're starting. Yay. That's a lot of worry. That's a 9 of Swords. That's, well, it's disappointment. But it might not be everything we want. But she, it feels just a little bit like she feels like she has to leave before she can knock down more Democratic stuff. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of worry. I mean, in these 3, 5, and 7 card spreads, it's a card in the middle that has the most power. For her, it's legal worry. For him, it's a Democrat beginning a term in office. That's what I'm getting here. People want calm, and perhaps he can be a voice of give the guy a chance and actually have someone who'll do something for the district. Could be. Don Gubb is asking subpoena. Could be. Michael Grant is saying Marjorie Traitor Greene and her January 6th antics. That's a real possibility. Michael Grant. No waterboarding. No waterboarding. I know you're joking, but no. Surfboarding. That kind of waterboarding, sure. We're all for that, but Nadigo says Cash Peter says he sees her winning. Yeah, I saw that. Marcus Flowers versus Marjorie Traitor Greene. Who is going to win? Oh, well, there are forces on the right. They really want her where she is. She's being used by the higher ups. So she's being used by the higher ups to get in people's faces and to be the embarrassment. Tower, Moon. Yeah, but there's all kind of chaos coming for people on the far right. This is what she does, but she ends up on the defensive because of the level of catastrophe that we avoided on January 6th, it feels like. Perhaps some other stuff. So I'm getting January 6th the January 6th investigations making a big difference here, but that is not to say that I'm disagreeing with Cash. Readers, I find it's not, no one's 100% correct, and it's generally the consensus among various readers is what's most likely to happen. And he would tell you himself he does not do predictions. Then again, neither of us technically are. We're reading on the energy, but sure, okay. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Nene is saying, did any of you see Orange this morning? 10 seconds about veterans and then all about him coming back. Disgusting. Yeah, not really surprising. Yeah, I read something this morning about him having been in when he was in office, him going out to go to the I forget where he was going, but he and Pence, they showed up late. It was just embarrassing. They showed up late. He came in, he walked up, he put his hand on the wreath. They'd already done the 21 gun salute. He put his hand on the wreath and he stood back there and he just stood there for half an hour and then he left. It's like, oh. Then again, it's kind of a blessing. Could he just be silent and just, yeah, you be late, that's fine. You just be as late as you want to be, and that'd be good. All right, at 1930, Jacob Chansley, the QAnon shaman, is facing 4 years in jail. Is that enough? Will he even get that much? Yeah. I understand what he was going for, and I understand he has his own beliefs. I have trouble with the word shaman because I believe I don't believe there are actual shaman who have their beliefs and they contribute to the world in fantastic ways. And this Yahoo, But if these are his beliefs, I don't want to. Anyway, so Jacob Chansley with the horns, the horn helmet guy. We're just going to call him that. So Jacob Chansley, horn helmet guy. Is it his? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It did. Is he the one his mother was saying he has a special diet and all this kind of stuff? GM Dave had a very good point. Trump doesn't do funerals well because he isn't the center of attention. And that is true. Welcome to narcissism. Atkins, yes. Okay. Yes, Catherine, Teresa. Thank you guys. You always help me. I mean, I really cannot digest things higher in the food chain. So again, can't really throw stones because I don't have an official diagnosis as to why I can't. I just can't. But yeah, okay. He's got issues, guys. I mean, Betty Harper, what about the crazy bare-chested guy with a buffalo head on top of his head? Yeah, that's who we're talking about. Oh, boy. Sandy Miller says if you're a real shaman, that's up to others to call a person their shaman. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't quite understand, Kim. I'm sorry. There might have been some autocorrect in there somewhere. Ace of Wands. No, he definitely took action. Yeah. Teresa Fort says he needed all of his food to be organic and from Whole Foods. Hello, Allison. Oh, right, Jacob. Jacob Chansley. He is an emotional little creature. He really is. 3 of Cups. Boy, he is a very emotional little creature. 10 of Wands. King of Wands. Temperance. I read on a lot of these guys, and you get the aggression, the drinking the Kool-Aid. This guy, I don't even know why he was there. The energy is, he's confused. He should be in prison. I'm just saying, I'm not getting the same level of oh gosh, I don't know how to put this. You're not getting the same aggression. I'm not getting the same like I would cross the street to stay away from most of these guys because they're scary. He's yeah, there's stuff not connecting. And was he threatening people on January 6th, or was he just there making a lot of noise? And because it almost feels like, yeah, it's weird. Okay. I'm not going to try to go further than that because I'm getting just this baffled energy. Vicky says he's not an aggressor. Okay. Yeah, there's yeah. Kathy Lamson says his mom says he's delicate emotionally. Yeah, I was getting definite cup cards right up front. Oh, good. I'm glad you have guys have some idea what I'm trying to say here, because if you read on him or you can feel his energy, a Cheryl Wan attention seeker. Oh yeah, but I'm just not getting. If only you spoke was, says he wasn't hunting people. He was just acting a fool for his live stream. True. Betty Harper says he was at a lot of prior meetings to January 6th. Okay. Oh, Electrostorm, it isn't that I feel bad for him. I don't. I don't. You did what you did, and he has enough going on that he wasn't like unaware of where he was. He knew where he was. He's just shaman cosplayer. Yes, Wheezy Squeeze Fox, exactly. So, Frida Smith says he had a spear, though. True. I'm not saying he shouldn't go to prison. I think they all should. If you crossed into that building illegally, you should be spending time in jail. That's why I'm here and not invading a government building, a secure government building. It's illegal. There are consequences. There should be consequences. Kathy Lamson said he left a note that justice was coming. Yep. Yeah, that was a legal decision you made, dude. That definitely took action, and he's responsible for his actions, and he's gonna face, he's going to prison for a while. And he's gonna be an emotional wreck the whole time. That's all I'm getting. Where was that? Wait. Michael Grant said, was it the Spear of Destiny? I love that. Yes, Betty Harper. He might not have been a danger to anyone personally, but he stirred up others. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not, the guy should be in prison. He just should. Hello? Laws broken, prison. But he's. I think someone earlier was saying, one ant short of a picnic. Marie Martel was saying he's an instigator, egging people on. Yep. But yeah, if you try reading on his energy, it's just. Okay. All right. Spear of Destiny. Yes. All right. 2830. Let's read on. Loving Aspects had a question. And by the way, I'm answering some of the questions from yesterday. I didn't actually have enough questions today when I came on. So I'm definitely answering some from yesterday. So, okay. Loving Aspects is asking, since House Republicans will not do anything to curb Gosar's behavior, will Gosar's family be willing to submit him to involuntary commitment for his own safety as well as the nation's? All right, is Gosar's family going to step in? So apparently we started with thanking our amazing veterans from the bottom of our hearts. And since then, we've now had 3 questions about the ridiculous, from the sublime to the ridiculous. Oh boy. We were talking about the Buffalo guy, Katie Arbuckle, but now we're going on to Paul Gosar, and is his family going to basically get him involuntarily committed, or talk him into committing himself? Gosar. Is Gosar are going to be going away for a rest cure. And there's nothing wrong with going away for a rest cure. Believe me, sometimes it can do wonders. But Knight of Swords. Yeah, that would be the anime you shared with the anime killing. Yeah, that was classy. Rob D says, time for a Gosarvention. Yes. 10 of Pentacles. The dynasty, the Republican dynasty. 10 of 10 of Wands. Burdened. This is the burden of the far right. We've got the 9 of Cups in the middle. Could be Democrats, could be healthcare. 6 of Swords. That's going away. Hanged Man, that is suspension. Yeah, I don't know if his family is going to get him involuntarily, but he's going away. And this is either the select committee and he was involved in stuff he shouldn't have been involved in, or this is healthcare, in which case, one way or the other, don't get too comfortable and you might want to pack up your belongings around your office. It'll make things easier later. So, Deseret says, I love how AOC called him a wet toothpick. I don't actually know what that means. I saw that and it was just like, I don't get it, but I don't need to. Yeah, just pray AOC will be safe. I agree, Nanette. So, is that January 6th committee or is that the rest cure? Or both? Gosar. Gosar's going away. Going far away. Wow. Who are we reading on next? Are we reading on someone next who is all there? Being Keen says, I saw the spirit of your black cat in your video from yesterday, about 10 to 15 minutes before you talked about him. Oh, my Nick. Good Nick. Good boy. I miss him. Lynn says, I used toothpick with gunk on it. Oh. Ugh. King of Swords. That's intervention. That's Knight of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. Yeah, I'm not getting which it is, so it might be a combination of the two, but I just get he's going. That's what I'm getting. So, Teresa Ford, so what do you think about West Virginia School Board talking about book burning? Jeez. It's always the mark of a stable democracy when there's book burning. Oh. 3430. Sorry. I know what's going on there. With Chris Sununu, always fun to say, Sununu. It's a fun word to say. With Chris Sununu refusing to run in New Hampshire, what are the chances of McConnell can get back control of the Senate? So, McConnell, things are maybe not looking quite as good for you retaking power. You and the claw of death. Because don't forget, when Trump executive, when they were taking children away from their parents, including tender age children, what did McConnell do? Did he scream from the top of the Capitol building that how wrong this was, how that is not American? No. And when Trump was impeached twice, McConnell made sure he stayed in power. So, when I say the claw of death, he is the Grim Reaper. And anything he touches dies. So, McConnell, how's it looking for you retaking control of the Senate in 2023, January 2023? Oh, he wants it. Oh, the precious. Oh, the precious. I wants it, the precious. I know. Call him. McConnell. Thank you, Linda. Oy. Queen of Swords. There is legal stuff coming. There's legal stuff coming for people involved in January 6th, and it will affect the 2022 elections. I've been getting this for ages. Tisrat says the precious is right next to Autumn. Yes, he is. Is the boo-boo. Queen of Swords. For my neck. I don't have a lot of really good pictures of Nick, which surprises me, but I have some, but not many. Two of Pentacles, Hanged Man. This is not boding well for you, McConnell. This is Republicans and energy being, and this is suspension, hanging Chad here. There's the devil right in the middle. Insult to injury, legally. And Page of Cups, Democrats starting new terms or first terms. For McConnell, this looks stinky. And if any politician came to me and was like, hey, am I going to retake control of the Senate? Am I going to retake control of perhaps if you rethought some of your policies, or did you, was there some legal stuff that people were doing that they shouldn't have? Yeah, this does not look good for McConnell at all. So I'll take it. Oh boy. All right. Hello, Kylo. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we have here. At 39 and just a bit. Oh, Sarah Smokey Eye Sanders is now the presumed GOP candidate for Arkansas governor. What are her chances looking like? And I go back. Hang on, let me put this in 3930. Okay. So Sarah Smokey Eye Sanders is now the presumed GOP candidate for Arkansas governor. What are her chances looking like? And my response to that is, first and foremost, more than anything, I just want her to put on some pants. Seriously, just put on some pants. I'm not trying to body shame. It's just, you're in politics. I do not I do not want to see and worry when you sit down that we're going to see all of, I see London, I see France. No. Please put some pants on. Is she wearing pants these days? Is she wearing something that you just you want to be governor and I would take you more seriously perhaps if you weren't trying to call attention to your anyway. So Sarah Smokey Eye Sanders. Lies, 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 yeah. They're gonna get you. Tower. Okay, what was that? What was that? Again, we've got this Two of Pentacles. This is Republicans in the next election. The energies for Republicans is not. It's very unsteady. It's very unstable. Six of Wands, Eight of Swords, Hanged Man, Star. She's going to remain a big name, but there's stuff in here that gets in her way. But I can't quite tell if it's her. Again, we get these big balls of energy of like Trump's the illegal stuff coming at Trump. It's a massive mess, energetic Gordian's knot without the sword. And January 6th and the people involved, that is kind of a Gordian's knot without the sword. And let me see, is this something, I know she's going to be called as witness in various situations. Wheezy Squeeze Box. Let's not put that mental image out there. No, thank you. Is she going to have legal problems? Then Halliday says, my kitty wants her food. I will be right back. I understand. Yeah. Ew. Diane says, have you done Garland's chart? I don't think so. I've got piles of stuff here. I've got to I'll look Garland's chart. I don't know if it's just my age or the fact that I have too much going on that I keep having to make notes, and the notes need to stay up. Like, I'll have a look. If I haven't, I don't think I have. A look. Michael Grant, Garland's date of birth, November 13th, 1943. I'm pretty sure I had his chart here somewhere, but I don't know if I looked at the transit yet. Betty Harper says, I bet Andre has. Andre from Astrology Alert is very, very good. Very, very good. Chicago, no birth time. Oh, you're saying, Diane's saying 1952. Michael Grant saying 1943. So, Clinton says, we all write notes to ourselves. Oh, good. It's not just me. It's November 13th. I want to say, isn't it? Yeah, anyway. So, I got distracted there. 45 minutes in, part 2. Sarah Smokey Eye Sanders. Are you going to be in legal trouble? Or are you just a witness? Temperance. Oh, she was out of office well before January 6th. We know that. But maybe she heard something. I don't know. There's other stuff she's witness to. She doesn't have a lot of information, but she has some. Because she was press secretary. Hello, boo-boo. How you doing? 5 of Pentacles, Hermit, King of Wands. Wow, this energy just evaporates because of Trump. Energy for the Republicans just evaporates. It seems too good to be true to me. It really does, but I just keep getting this. She did get a star card before. There is a temperance card here. So she may have some amount of success, but there's very much the wind is very much in her face. She is having to the stuff coming out about the Republican Party over the next year is just going to be bad for the party because duh. All right, 4730. Okay, 4730. Okay, now that Judge Chutkan, who we like very much, presidents are not kings and plaintiff is not president. Now that Judge Chutkan has ruled on Trump's documents, are we finally going to see criminal charges pressed on Bannon? Oh, Rachel's staying, isn't she? On MSNBC. It's Brian who's leaving. Please tell me Rachel's staying. Didn't she just re-sign a contract? Or sign a new contract, rather? Okay, Bannon. Oh, crusty. Oh, crusty, oh, crusty. As not for whom the callous file burrs. So executive protection nonsense. We might have to wait until like the appeals court or the Supreme Court is just like, we might have to wait. It has to be thoroughly debunked. Executive privilege, Trump's executive privilege has to be legally dead, is what it feels like. Okay. Someone did bring up that the woman, I can't remember her name, from the 70s, who was brought up on contempt of Congress charges. She was brought up on charges in like 9 days, but the government lost. So the extra time might actually not be all bad. And Desrat says, whenever autumn comes on, I have a cup of ice cream at the ready. Ooh. Yum. So Bannon, he thinks this is all just so glorious. He's going to make, I think there were some other readers who were saying, I hope he gets arrested while he's on air. I don't. He wants ratings. And that would give him just glorious ratings. No. He just wants to make money. He wants to be the next Rush Limbaugh. Legal decisions. He makes really bad legal decisions. Howling at the Moon, Star. They're going to make an example of him. He's happy to go to prison. Seriously, he's happy to go to jail. He wants to. He thinks this is going to be a huge boon for him, but other people do not. And if they make an example of Bannon, these people be like, well, he wants to do the old Krusty. He wants to do that. Good for him, but I don't want to do that. And that would cause chaos. So it looks like it's moving in that direction. Don Broadbent says Steve Bannon wants to become the next Rush Limbaugh. His podcast. He's trying to grow his podcast, is my understanding. Knight of Swords. That's law enforcement coming for you. Kim Hawkins says, I don't think so. The judge. So the document can be released on November 12th. I just saying. But it has to go to the appeals court. Or Trump's taking it to the appeals court and then possibly the Supreme Court. But if nobody steps in or the appeals court doesn't step in, it's kind of the best of both worlds for us, because it means the National Archive gives all of those documents to the January 6th committee, and executive privilege claim would still continue. Then again, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe they'd drop it. Insult, injury. There's America coming to light. I wonder if he's actually going to testify. Both of those had a little bit of energy. Yes, Kim Hawkins, we'll see. Absolutely. No, I'm not. I'm not the great Griswelda who knows all. It's not what we do here. We read on the collective energy. True. There is Frida Smith, there is no stay for the documents to be turned over. Yes. Floating Lotus is saying Chutkan and the archive say the docs will be released tomorrow to the select committee regardless of any challenge. If you didn't know, because you could get the appeals, if the appeals court puts a stay on it. But unless they act today or very first thing tomorrow, Bannon, he just wants that sweet right-wing money. Ace of Cups, push people's buttons. Yeah, things are not going to go as well as he thinks they are. Kim Hawkins says they say he has a stay. Who is they? Do you have any links? Because we always want more information. We always want more information. Pamela Bryant says, I thought the courts were closed today. I thought so too. But seriously, guys, if you have information, please let us know. Put the links in the chat or the comments below. We'll try to see it later. I don't always get to comments, but I don't get to comments the same day. But yeah, if you guys have information, just put the links. Please put the links in the chat. So, okay. What's going to happen with Bannon? It's not going to turn out the way he wants. And he really wants to be a big name. But it also felt it felt a little bit like maybe he comes and talks to them. It was very confusing. Evidence. There's so many people leaving so much evidence. Queen of Pentacles. Because there were people who were volunteering right up front before Trump even started talking about executive privilege. They wanted to get their stuff in there on record, and I'm out of here. This is his podcast. This is him working. He just wants to make money. That's all I'm getting from him. He is just focused on, I want to make money. I want to make money. I want to make money. And it's kind of hard to get a read on it simply because whatever happens works for him, for his goal. Okay. 5730. 5730. House incumbents in California, including Devin Nunes, face redistricting. Will they be sent home from Washington anytime soon? Devin Nunes and his cow. Devin Nunes, are you going to be someone going to take a black Sharpie and just carve up your district so you can no longer win? Oh, Devin Nunes. Michael Grant, Nunes, boo! Go to jail, do not collect any brownie points. Azalea Sharpie for the win. In this case, yes. Nunes. Oh, I will not miss you. I will not miss you, good sir. Move on. Three of Swords. His energy is, he's always been a little bit unbalanced, but his energy is frenetic. Is that the word I'm looking for? Brenda, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Three of Swords. All right, Five of Swords, Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune. He does his usual thing, but it's also redistricting would cause a lot of problems. Yes, Squeaker Bunny. This is Democrats coming forward and taking action. This is them muddying things up. Chariot and Wheel of Fortune does not look good for him. Where are you? Come here. We're reading under this. And his cow. You wouldn't like his cow. Just hang out. Just hang out for a minute. He's like, I don't want to hang out. I want to be on the desk. Okay, be on the desk. You're okay. I think Nunes is going to be out of a job. That's a real possibility. It is a real possibility. You're okay. You're okay. Just relax. Just relax. Yes. All those leaves running around, and you have not had enough sleep. No, you're very tired. And you get like this when you're tired. Yes, you're good. You're okay, boo-boo. Don't drink that. There you go. Just lie down. Just lie down. Just lie down. Nunes. Yes, we're looking at Nunes. No kitty butts. No kitty butts on camera. It's okay. It's okay. I know, he's awful. His energy's awful. And you are a very good kitty. It's okay. You're tired. Yes, you are. So, Nunes, are you moving on? You're a sweetie. Oh, he sees leaves. He sees leaves moving around out there. Yes. There you go. Refusal. Sun, Empress, Emperor. There's nothing he can do. If they decide to do this, there's nothing he can do about it. It's not looking good for him. Yes, leaves. You saw the look on his face. Nunes. Nine of Swords. That's a lot of worry about perhaps redistricting or it's something. It's real worry. He just wants to be the Republican knight that he is and work for the patriarchy and the establishment. If it is redrawn, it doesn't take effect immediately. Is not my understanding. It takes effect at the next election because it feels like he'll try to get some stuff done before then. But I think there's a real chance he's bye-bye Nunes. Oh boy. All right. Possibility. You're saying there's a chance. Yes. Okay, at 1:05. Speaking of Rittenhouse. Okay. Will we find out if Judge Schroeder in the Rittenhouse case has been compromised? Well, I think he'd be kind of self-compromising. But we're looking at Judge Schroeder. Okay, generally when you read on judges, there's a certain amount of ego that certain professions you need to have to be in certain professions. And pilots, commercial pilots, you're taking basically something the size of a building and you're taking it up in the air, and it is remarkably safe. I'm just saying that. But you need a certain amount of ego to be able to pull stuff like that off. Astronauts, judges, what have you. So I'm used to that. I expect a certain amount of ego. Then you get the patriarchy. And that's a whole other level of ego. And completely unjustified. So, Judge Schroeder. 9 of Pentacles. Rittenhouse isn't wealthy. Really? You're a judge and the card that's coming up for you is about being rich? Being wealthy? You know you're a bad judge when. Knight of Pentacles. Oh. Right-wing beliefs. Conservative beliefs. I am steeped. I'm in the garden of conservative beliefs. I step forward for conservative beliefs, not this namby-pamby liberal stuff. Okay. King of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. Hermit. I don't think he's compromised. I mean, I don't think he's compromised from the outside. It's his own beliefs that are the problem, and they will be scrutinized. They absolutely will be scrutinized. Rittenhouse. Cat Shepherd says the Rittenhouse family are quite rich. Okay. Rittenhouse paper is still going, and Wilhelm established a trust fund for his descendants. Okay. Let's say 108.30. Let's just have a look. 108.30. Let's just the Rittenhouse trial. Oh man, I was kind of hoping we wouldn't have to go here, but it happens. Yoy. Get rid of something there. There's no space. There we go. Rittenhouse trial. Have a great day, Pegasus. Oh, thank you, Foggy. All right, Rittenhouse. I think it's in the nature of good people to want to give kids a break. Boy, you do dumb stuff. But when especially if you believe that they came from an environment that was toxic. But no, he pulled that trigger. He was there. He had a gun. He put himself in that situation. I'm not feeling the love. I'm not feeling the it was all a misunderstanding, or I'm just not feeling that. I mean, I am the definition of a bleeding heart liberal, and and I give people the benefit of the doubt who do not deserve it, but I'm just not. Mm-mm. This guy's a danger. This guy is a danger. B. Smith says he doesn't appear remorseful. Well, he was crying his eyes out on the stand, but it doesn't. Yes, Sandy Miller, he sought it out. He took a life. Thief with a weapon. He took a life. 3 of Cups. King of Pentacles. 7 of Cups. Devil. Chariot. This is, I don't know that the prosecutors have made the best case in the world, but this is big faded energy, and this is corrosive, corrupt, awful energy, and this is aggressive law enforcement. This would be going to prison. But I thought this judge was basically just going to give him a slap on the wrist. If Schroeder doesn't do anything or doesn't do much, I wonder if other people will get involved. Allison Jacobs says, I just want to see the same treatment given to young men of color. Thank you. Absolutely. About flipping time. That yes, it would be about time. Yeah, Azalea, judges Hinky. Knight of Pentacles, you know what you did. You know what you did. 10 of Pentacles, well, this is his upbringing. It was strict. It was narrow-minded. It was conservative or nothing. And there's Mom. From the news reports, I thought this guy was going to get off with a slap on the wrist, but eventually there's major arcana where the devil is taken away by the chariot. So Rittenhouse, what's going to happen to you? It feels like his life is over. Death card. Azalea, maybe another trial without that judge. Something. 6 of Wands, Queen of Cups, Lover's card. Well, this is the cult. I don't see him going away for the rest of his life. Matter of fact, I think he's going to get married someday. He's going to be out and he's going to get married someday, not soon. But he's got so much growing to do. And isn't it horrible that there's this weird feeling that prison might actually be better for him than being somewhere where his family has access to him all the time. Like he can actually try to figure out who he is. And that's not a great place to figure out where you are or figure out who you are or try to grow as a person. Yikes. Yikes. All right, 115. Sad. The whole thing is very sad, and those poor victims. Okay, now this is a little concerning. Not a lot concerning, but a little concerning. And to the best of my knowledge, I thought this was illegal, but it's Trump. So apparently, Trump, according to Raw Story, Trump is trying to run his own shadow government. He has his Envoy Ambassador, Richard Grenell, an Envoy Ambassador overseas. Let me see if I can grab something more specific. Making foreign policy? Let me share. No, do that later. I'll share. Share screen. Chrome tab. So according to Raw Story, can you see? Let me make sure you can see. I can basically see. Trump is running his own shadow government. Experts shocked after ex-president announces he has overseas envoy ambassador. Excuse you? Experts are weighing in after the twice impeached one-term former president declared in a statement released Thursday morning he has an envoy ambassador who traveled to the Kosovo-Serbia border to highlight the agreements my administration brokered. The ambassador is Richard Grenell, Trump's former and highly controversial ambassador to Germany, who later became the acting director of national intelligence. 1 month before losing the 2020 election, Trump named Grenell special presidential envoy for Serbia and Kosovo peace negotiations. He is conducting foreign policy. That's illegal. That's illegal. That's a big ol' oh nay nay. So, yes, Rowan, wasn't Trump supposed to dismantle the shadow government? The deep state. Yeah, that was kind of what he was supposed to be doing. Okay. Oh, what was it? The Gary? Gary saying that Dems are set to censure Representative Gosar. What good is that going to do? But at least it's something. So, yeah, Trump, foreign policy. You're not supposed to be doing that, dude. Not your, no. Mm-mm. Judgment. Yeah. You lost. You lost the election. Trump. Loser. Trump. You lost. The thief. 7 of Swords. 7 of Cups. Knight of Wands. Magician. No, I do what I want. Hierophant. They're just going to let this guy, because this is the thieves and confusion and lies, and this is just a mess. And this is the fascist knight, the Trump loving knight, trotting on in. Because Trump feels he can do whatever he wants because he'll be back in power at some point here. And really, the government's just going to, the Biden administration, the DOJ, everybody, they're just going to be like, oh, okay, really? That's what we're doing here. We have the fascist. We have Don, Don, who lives down in Palm Beach. Don from Palm Beach is just he's running foreign policy for the United States. And that's okay. Mary Huddleston says, I'm sure Garland is investigating the possibility of writing a strongly worded letter. Waleska Gracia said, Trump publicly stated in writing that he committed a felony, the Logan Act. He sent an emissary to the border of Bosnia and Serbia to speak on behalf of the U.S. Will there be consequences of any kind? That's what I'm reading on here. Yep. Three of Swords. Well, that, in theory, could be some legal stuff that hurts. There's Mar-a-Lago. Trying to kick down the Democratic cups because Orange is a menace and a toddler. Yes, dear? It's the Knight of Swords, dear heart. And the 9 of Wands and the 6 of... Somebody's going to try to do something, but he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. It's like, look, how many laws does this guy have to break before somebody goes and arrests him? I know I'm waiting for the 19th when Jupiter stops protecting him. Jupiter has been protecting him all of his life. Come here. Oh, you're just kidding. Oh, just a kitty. Dog. Jupiter has been protecting him all of his life. It is actually trine. It is 120 degrees away from his sun. And it is sextile 60 degrees away from his moon. And that is very positive. That is very positive to his sun and moon, his sense of self and his emotional nature. The sun and the moon are called the luminaries. Yes. Because they're very, very powerful. They're very important. And all of his life, Jupiter has been very good and protective of his sun and his moon. And right now, Jupiter in the sky is still protecting him until the 19th. And it's very frustrating. Yes, it is. But it won't protect him forever. It won't protect him forever. No, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. There you go, sweetheart. There you go. No, you actually have to go up there, dear. You can't just oh, this is nice. Let me just smell this for a while. Oh, there you go. Kitty toads. There you go, dear. There you go. Okay. Michael Grant says, my Pluto is opposed to Donnie's ascendant and wants to do a river dance on his head. Metaphorically. Yes. Oh boy. All right, so Diane says, which is why I want to see Garland's chart. I get Scorpio and 1-2. It doesn't tell plans, but he needs to do something. I thought he got down, but he actually went into this little enclosed space on the cat tree, and he's cleaning his face. And so suddenly it's just this weird noise is coming out. It's like, what the? Anyway. So, yeah. All right. Well, let me turn this back down again because the sun keeps doing what it's doing. This is why TV shows work on sound stages and they don't use natural light because it's constantly changing. Anyway, 125. Lynn Halliday keeps asking about will Canada's Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, ever be Canada's Prime Minister? Will the party choose her over Trudeau? So, I'm finally getting around to your question. I'm sorry it took so long. Michael Grant. Yeah, yes, we need a special prosecutor with a bad attitude. Teresa Ford says, I feel we might need to send Garland a copy of his job description. Joanne got a cat advent calendar at Trader Joe's. How awesome is that? All right. It's only like 126 now. Chrystia Freeland, Deputy Prime Minister. Chrystia Freeland, will you become Prime Minister? Because in Canada, it's the party who chooses. I guess my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is people vote for the party, and who becomes Prime Minister is decided within the party. I don't know if that's correct, but Chrystia Freeland. Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland. And unlike America, it's quite possible for a woman to become Prime Minister. It's a little frustrating. Empress. Okay. Women power. You okay? Are you okay? Are you hurt? What happened? Did something fall? Are you okay? As long as you're okay, that's what matters. All right, you're moving around like everything's okay. All right, okay, as long as he's okay. 7 of Wands, Ace of Cups, 2 of Swords, Sun, 4 of perhaps staying prominent, but I'm not getting the jump. Let's see if I can get any more information. Chrystia Freeland. Will he be Prime Minister? Prime Minister Freeland. That would be the big chair. Page of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. These aren't cards of a Prime Minister, for what it's worth. When it comes to elections, astrology is actually the stronger way to go, but the cards are not great. Sorry. Lynn Halliday says maybe she doesn't want the job. You couldn't pay me enough. Could be. All right, 129.30. Ann Rudd is asking, will there be more than 3 Congress members removed for their involvement in the insurrection? More than 3. Will there be more than 3 Congress people removed? Sitting Congress people removed for their part in the January 6th. So I'll take 3 or more. Well, thank you, Foggy. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take 3 or more. You asked more than 3, but I'd take 3. You know, accountability. 4 would be better. If the evidence is there. Little Republican chain gang just being led out of the chamber. Fool. They thought they could do whatever they wanted. Ace of Swords. Okay, getting to the truth. 4 of Pentacles. 6 of Wands. World. Legal decisions. They were going for a far-right victory. They can't counter the truth. This would be an ending, end of chapter, end of book, and a legal decision. That's Major Arcana. And we're starting with truth. That feels awfully positive. Let me see if I can get any more information. Let's see here. Will more than 3 Congress people be removed from Congress? He's tired. He's tired. He should be sleeping. So he's grumpy. 2 of Swords, a legal decision. The truth. Sword of Truth, 4 of Wands. Did I shuffle at all? Did I shuffle at all? I thought I shuffled. Apparently I did not shuffle at all. More than 3. Sitting members of the U.S. Congress be removed for their involvement January 6th. Directly for their involvement. Five of Pentacles. I don't have an argument to make. 10 of Swords. It's about the plan. That's all the legal swords going into metaphorical backs. And January 6th committee, the plan, holding people accountable. I'm getting positive energy. So Mary Huddleston saying, Boo Boos and Kitty is saying, get these evildoers. Yes. All right, so at 1:30, 1:34. 1:34, Jolene had a question. Okay, very good question. If Trump were to die of natural causes, which we do not wish on anyone passing on, we don't want anyone getting hurt, we don't want anyone dying. No. But this is a hypothetical. If Trump were to die of natural causes, would the committee keep investigating and indict others responsible for the insurrection? I would think so, but let's ask. So if Don from Palm Springs was out of the picture, would the January 6th committee continue investigating? It feels like a big old yes. A big old yes. That's what it feels like. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Ace of Wands. You have to stop it from happening again. Otherwise, why wouldn't somebody? Queen of Wands. Everybody who was politically married to Trump. And you can't just have them just swanning around the institution. It's too corrosive. Yes, they would definitely keep going. Definitely. Yeah. I agree, Greta. It wasn't just him. Yeah. So. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. I actually might sit here for a minute and just have a preliminary look at Garland's chart, and I'll pull it up on the screen, but you don't have to stay for this. It's just going to be a preliminary just look. But the readings are done for today, and I thank you for being here if you need to go. I appreciate you being here. And it is 1:52 p.m. here in Chicago, and at 4 o'clock I'll be over in the Book Art Media channel as usual. Bring your creative projects. We just focus on our creative projects for 25 minutes at a time, and then the 3 minutes between, we just encourage each other. I'm not trying to sell anything. I don't make any money from it. It's just the world needs your creative energy. It's good for your health. It's good for your spirit, mental health, physical health, having creative outlets, and you're adding that creative energy into the world, no matter what your project is. You're always welcome. Okay, so we do that every day, and then I will be right back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. All right, so I'm going to pull this up. Foggy Ozark says, I went and didn't understand what to do. Just bring whatever your own project is. Right now, we're talking a lot about writing, just because it's National Novel Writing Month, but you can do anything. We have people doing painting or graphics work. Sometimes people doing creative work, like for their newsletter or something. But whatever project you need to work on, you just bring it, and then we put up a timer. And so for 25 minutes, we each work on our individual projects. And then in the 3 minutes between, we just, did you accomplish anything? Do you feel like you got something done? Because we will applaud you and encourage you. And then we will go into another work block, and we'll just focus on that. So is there an outline? No, not really, because that's kind of all there is to it. So just work on your own thing. Michael Grant says, take a vacation. Have Linda G or someone cover for you. Cindy Miller says, I like drawing there. Good. Linda G is far too busy for stuff like that. Take a vacation. I will eventually. Something will come up. But for now, I've got creative stuff to do. All right, so for those of you who are going to stick around, let's just have a quick look. Won't do any harm. I'm actually going to go to AstroSeek. They have AstroSeek has good, their charts for transits are very clear. So the only problem with astro.com is when you do what's it called? When you do a transit chart, it still shows the aspects between the charts within the natal chart. And it's like, no, I need to know what the planets that are moving, what they're doing. So let me sign in here, and I want to see, I may have my private database. Hang on just a second. Let me see if So I've got the Democratic Party, I've got Donald Trump, I've got the Ghoul, I've got Joe Manchin, Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, and the U.S. So I haven't added Garland here. So how can I add a person? Add person. How about that? So Merrick Garland. Now we don't have a birth time. So he's male. Here, let me share this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, today's his birthday? That maybe it was tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go look. November 13th, 1952, in Chicago, Illinois. So November, share screen, Chrome tab, AstroSeek. Okay, here we are. Can you guys see that? Yes, let me take down the banner. Okay, so I'm just going to add him in here. So it was November 13th, 1952. 13th, November 52. We don't know the time, so usually we just put it at noon. Some places they won't actually give you information if you, I don't know if I put unknown time there. I'll just do this for noon for now. And put it in Chicago. Chicago, Illinois. Chicago. All right, and Merrick Garland. All right, so if I go back to the home, they have a dating section apparently, which I find amusing sometimes because I'll go through the pictures. I did this a year or two ago. I was going through all the pictures in their database, their like dating database, and it was like, oh look, that is a Scorpio. Oh look, that is a Leo. Oh, you could see how each person was presenting themselves in their photo. You could see, it's like, oh yeah, that's what sign they are. So, okay. This is odd. All right, I'm going to actually turn this. I'm going to step out of this for just 1 second because I want to go in here. How do I pull this up? Calculate charts for a saved person. Merrick Garland. Okay, let me share this again so you'll know where I am. If this is your kind of thing, if you're into this kind of thing. Can you put the link to the site? Sure. Hang on just a second. Share screen. Chrome tab. My Astro database. astroseek.com. That. There it is. It's in the chat. Okay. That's the site where I am. All right. So Merrick Garland, and we want to do whole sign. I don't need his Lilith. I definitely need his nodes. Chiron can be helpful. Fortune, why not? Aspects to the ascendant in the midheaven. And calculate charts. Okay, what have we got here? All right, Merrick Garland. Okay, so this is the noon chart. And we want to look at, hang on, fixed stars, related charts. We just want transits, just plain old transits. I think, I can't believe I'm having this much trouble doing this. Extended settings. No, that's fine. All right. What is this? Merrick Garland. Ha, 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 aha. They moved it. They moved it. Share screen. Chrome tab. Transit chart. I think this is the right one. Merrick Garland, transit for right now. Okay, so let's have a look. What's going on with him? Can you guys see where I am? Yep. Does time give you the rising sign or the moon? It gives you, it would definitely give you the rising sign. The moon it will be within a range. It will usually, it's usually one sign or another. It doesn't go a full, more than 30 degrees in a day. So it'll be one sign or the other, unless of course that range is within one sign. So this isn't his chart. This is the blue and red lines are actually for the transits, because I specifically wanted to look at that. His own chart. I have it here. It's on the other tab, but I don't know that it would help much. So what's going on right now is we've got Neptune here. Does this help? Hey, look at that. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, so we've got Neptune here. So we're looking for the biggest thing. So we've got a blue line there and a blue line here. So this is creating what's called a grand trine, a great big triangle. And that's very positive energy. But the thing about grand trines is people I've known who in their own chart have had huge grand trines in their chart where they have like multiple planets and grand trines. How do I put this? They can be, I've got a crude way of saying it, but I don't want to say that. They can be very self-congratulatory. They can very much, it's like they're constantly patting themselves on the back. Oh, that was great. Oh, yes, that was great. Oh, that went well. Oh, and they do tend to be lucky, but there can also be a kind of laziness because they didn't have to really step up, if that makes sense. And a transit is just what's actually happening in the sky, where the planets are actually right now, because your chart is, you are a human embodiment of a moment in space-time, and that's your chart. But then the planets keep moving, and where they are will affect you, this embodiment of your chart. So we have Garland's, between his sun, the circle with the dot in the middle, up around 11 o'clock. That's his sun. And then if you go down to about 3:30, there's a weird H-looking thing with a circle on it. That's Uranus. So he in his chart, those are normally roughly about 120 degrees apart. And then you add Neptune down around 7:30. Yeah, 7:30, 8 o'clock. In orange, it was a trident. Neptune's trident, that's Neptune. It is 120 degrees away from the sun and Uranus in his chart. So it's creating this grand trine energy, which can be absolutely wonderful, but it can also, it's not really stepping up. So where the moon is today isn't as much of a factor because it's moving so quickly. We're going to see full of themselves. I don't necessarily get full of themselves. I just get, how do I put this? The person I'm thinking of right off the top of my head who had a major grand trine in their chart. They're nice enough person, but is kind of a entrepreneur, but just kind of falls into things, and it doesn't really dawn on him that he's white male and has had certain advantages. He's just doing his thing, and his catchphrases are kind of trite, but he's lucky and he has his success, and maybe a little shallow, but it's because he never had the grit. He never had to challenge the same kind of challenges. And so it can, there's kind of a, oh, come on, you can do better. You have all these advantages, you have all this stuff. So and Merrick Garland certainly feels that he has immense knowledge of the judicial system. So right now, it could be helping him, it might not be. Depends how he's using the energy. So what else is going on here? So the moon here, it doesn't matter, it's moving quickly, but Jupiter is here. And it is directly across from Merrick Garland's Pluto, that power, you know, where the U.S. is having its Pluto return. Pluto rules plutonium. It's who has the power, and you can use that power to warm toes in, you know, in grandma's cocoa in a big city, or you can make the place uninhabitable for 10,000 years. That's the power of Pluto. And right now, Jupiter, which is grand, and talk about hot air, that's the only problem with Jupiter, is it can be too expansive, or it can just promise more than it delivers. So right now, we've got the big lucky but hot air, and it's taking Merrick Garland's, his own sense of power, and it's on the other side, it's straight across, so it's on this, an opposition is a seesaw. As one goes up, the other one goes down, and up and down. So he may get lucky, but to getting lucky or things, his own sense of power diminishes. If when he's feeling very powerful, his luck isn't as great. So you've got the seesaw. It's, again, more energy you have to kind of learn how to deal with, how to work with. The Venus in the sky, which is up here at 10 o'clock, Venus in the sky right now is square his emotions, his emotional nature, his moon. So that can, Venus is what we love, how we love, and what perhaps what we collectively are loving is definitely getting some grit in there with what he emotionally needs, because his moon is very likely in Libra, somewhere around here. And Libra is this, the symbol of Libra is the scales, looking for the balance. And he has emotional need for that. So what we love and what he loves, they're not gelling right now very well. What else have we got here? Okay, he has this right up here at 12:30, I'll say here. We've got Neptune's trident, so that's Neptune, and then we have the symbol, it looks like a 5. This is Saturn. Jupiter symbol looks like a 4. Saturn symbol looks like a 5. They're the 5th and 6th planets, but their symbols look like 4 and 5. It just does. How I remember it. So Saturn here, these are really tightly, they were very much in the same place when he was born. And his moon, his emotional needs might actually be closer up to these together. But what this is they're very much opposites. Saturn forms things. It's time. It rules time and bones and fences. And if you work very, very hard and you are disciplined, Saturn will reward you. If you do not, if you take a vacation, Saturn will just let everything fall apart. It's very dour. Its color is black. Then you've got Neptune, whereas you have Saturn forming things. Fences, limits, rules. You've got Neptune diffusing things. Like when you put something in water and leave it in water, it will just disintegrate. Neptune rules things like, obviously, the ocean, but it rules spirituality, things you can't physically touch. It could rule art, movies. You'll always see, when it comes to movie making, Neptune's always in the middle of it. And with those in the same place, them conjunct, what's kind of interesting to me, a very common thing that people talk about in astrology, I'm going to come back to you, is that you'll run across a lot a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. That 4 and 5 symbols used together. It happens every so many years. And Pluto is conjunct his Mars. Yes, we'll get to that in a minute. Good catch, Black Hat. We'll get there. When people who have this conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, you can think of it as like Jupiter is the acceleration pedal and Saturn is the brake pedal. And people who have that in the same place, they get really good with knowing when to go, when to stop, when to go, when to stop. They get really good at that. Go, stop, go, stop, go. Okay, got it. And they tend to have, it's like it becomes like a lucky spot in their chart because they know how to work it. Well, this is a little bit different. He's got that brake chart, that brake, that Saturn to put the brakes on things and form things. But he's also got this Neptune to dissolve. So I think it's interesting that formlessness, it's in Libra. So there's this form versus formlessness, and he's so involved in law that it makes me really wonder about how much to him is theoretical, how much is when the rubber hits the road. And that if he's really moving back and forth between those and knowing when to work on one and when to work on the other. And that might be very frustrating to people outside. But Jupiter, big, expansive, lucky Jupiter, is also sending all that beautiful 120 degree, that blue line up to that is also expanding that and making it lucky and what have you. So there is that. And yes, Black Cat did point out that at about 9:30 on the outside, you've got Pluto here in the sky, which is very, very slow. It takes 248 years to go all the way around. It is just past Merrick Garland's Mars right here. And this is power and also can be upheaval and change. And Mars is how you act. So this can be quite very much changing how you act, how you are taking action. The old ways maybe not working like they did. But Pluto is so slow moving. I'm wondering when he came into office if it was sort of closing in on this conjunction. And maybe it went past and then it's in retrograde. And so I have a sense this Pluto has actually been going back and forth over his Mars the whole time he's been in office. And so he's used to working a certain way and taking action a certain way. And you've got Pluto plowing the hallways instead of a field, plowing the hallways outside, where it's like, oh, this is how you do things. Well, you can't do this the same way you've done things before. You can't act the way you've done this. This isn't the same. This isn't the same. This isn't the same. So he's trying to act, but the ground's kind of shifting beneath him. So Foggy was suggesting lost in legal philosophy. I think there can be some of that. with that Saturn forming things, that Neptune diffusing things. I think he may be spending more time in philosophy than we would necessarily like. But his wanting to act is, boy, when you've got Pluto messing with you, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So anyway, this is just a preliminary, just kind of having a look what's there. I'd have to keep looking and seeing what's going to happen as to when it's most likely that he would act. Neptune is not in a big hurry. Neptune moves very, very slowly. It is the planet that is the farthest out. Pluto's not considered a planet anymore. So Neptune is the farthest out. It's very, very slow. It's not moving quickly. Jupiter, it'll move along. But this Pluto over his Mars, that's not going away anytime soon. So, all right. Well, here we are. All right. So that's going to do it for me. And B. Smith says, as a Scorpio at the moment, the Saturn-Uranus opposition is exhausting me. And Garland is 69. Hang on. Why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, Uranus is opposite where my sun is right now. His is a little bit later on, but it's coming. Uranus will move forward and rock his world too. So Michael Grant does have a point. Pluto and Mars can be a good combo, digging through down into the truth. It can be, but boy, when you've got Pluto transiting over something major in your chart, oh boy, it's disruptive. So Michael Grant saying, when Pluto hit my midheaven, the SHTF. Yeah. Man, I'm so sorry to hear about that, because brutal stuff. And that's coming for me in 2040. I'm thinking about 2030. I'm thinking about just like taking a year off, and then definitely taking a year off in 2040. Yeah, Pluto's going to hit the Mars at the top of my T-square. That's also part of that T-square is my ascendant and descendant. Yeah, I'm not messing with it. 2040, I'm just going to shut everything down. I'm not, thanks. I'll shut everything down and think carefully about what I'm doing with my life and whatnot. And I will, I'll take care of it. You don't need to plow up everything in existence. I will just shut things down. I'll make sure I've had all of my checkups. Please don't mess with me. Anyway, all right. Thank you. Go find a bomb shelter chat saying, don't tempt me. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, there's all kind of fun stuff you run into in astrology. But anyway. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out a little bit longer. That was fun. And I hope it was helpful. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow.